This happened back in 2017 when I was living in St. Petersburg, Florida. I've always been a homebody, so when my sea orca Jenna, who was about 10 years younger than me, started relentlessly begging me to go out, I kept declining. She and another girl from work, Mira, were persistent though, and after weeks of asking, I finally gave in. I told Jenna I would join them for a night out the following weekend. As the weekend approached, Jenna came to my apartment. She wanted to leave her car there and have me drive, which immediately stressed me out. I had lived in St. Pete for 4 years, but since I rarely left my neighborhood, I knew nothing about local nightlife. The farthest I usually drove was 4 miles to the nearest Walmart. If I went any further, I'd be lost without my GPS. That evening, we got into my car and headed toward Mira's apartment. When we arrived, Mira wasn't quite ready, so we went inside and waited. Once she was ready, all 3 of us piled back into my car. Since I was driving, Jenna had to navigate. We eventually ended up at a busy club. We went inside, found a spot, and ordered some drinks. We hadn't been there long when Jenna said, "Hey, I'll be right back. I see someone I know." She then asked Mira to go with her. I remember feeling a sharp stab of annoyance. Why beg me to come out, only to leave me alone moments later? But I waited. A few minutes later, Jenna and Mira returned, smiling. "My friend bought us around," Jenna announced, handing me a glass. I trusted her. She was my co-worker, so I took the drink as they did theirs. I believe Jenna's friend bought us 2 rounds each. It wasn't long after the 3rd drink that something felt terribly wrong. The room didn't spin, but a wave of thick, unsettling dread washed over me. I turned to Jenna and insisted we have to go now. The next few hours are a blur. I don't remember leaving the club, but apparently we did. The first thing I recall clearly is sitting outside Mira's apartment complex, still in the driver's seat of my car. I heard Jenna and Mira talking, and whatever they said, some combination of words I can't recall to this day, instantly triggered my fight or flight response. I didn't need to understand the words. My gut knew I was in danger. I slammed the car into drive and sped away. Whatever had been slipped into my drink was powerful. I wasn't a lightweight, and I'd only consumed 3 club drinks, which are often watered down. I was driving all over St. Pete, unable to focus, simply trying to figure out how to get home. But my mind was completely scrambled. At one point, I stopped at a red light. Suddenly, 2 figures appeared at my window, and then someone was pulling my car door open. I was in total shock. My car doors automatically locked the second I put the vehicle in gear. I still have no idea how they managed to open it. 2 strange men were actively pulling the door open, and the sight snapped me out of the mental fog just enough for me to hit the gas and flee the intersection. After that moment of sheer terror, the memory vanishes again. The next thing I remember, I was sitting in my car parked near a row of quiet homes. I was staring blankly at my phone, trying desperately to figure out how to operate it. But the drug had made me so paranoid and confused that the simplest action felt impossible. I looked around, saw no one, and convinced myself I was safe for the moment. I reclined the seat and fell into a deep, drug-induced sleep. I woke up around 5 a.m. with the drug wearing off. I was finally able to use my phone. I put on the GPS and drove straight home, collapsing into bed immediately. I woke up again around 11 a.m. to 20 missed calls, mostly from Jenna, but a few from a concerned friend. When I called Jenna back, she was frantic, demanding to know where I went. "What do you mean?" I retorted. "Your friend spiked my drink, and I wasn't sticking around to find out what was going to happen next," I told her. Jenna then let slip a chilling line. "Where the spiked drinks weren't meant for you." That casual admission was all the confirmation I needed that she was involved. She quickly told me that she would stop by later to pick up her vehicle. Before she arrived, the memory of those two guys opening my door returned with jarring clarity. Had it been a hallucination, or was it real? I went outside to check my car, and there it was. The plastic casing of my driver's side door handle was completely missing. Whoever had been holding on to that handle when I sped away must have ripped it right off. The physical damage confirmed that the terror I felt wasn't a delusion. Someone had tried to get into my car while I was drugged, driving alone and vulnerable. I was furious that Jenna had put me in such a predicament. I never spoke to her again,